All right, you ready to fire
Yeah.
this?
We can do this, bitch.
It's so hard.
It's so hard, man.
That's what
It's
she
so
said.
hard.
That's what she said.
I like it like that. Always.
Live from Kentucky and Louisiana, 2 Marines, 1 mission. This is Sense and Senseless. From the hills to the bayou, stories collide. Brothers in arms, now we're side by side. Sense and senseless, we cut through the noise. 2 Southern Marines with that rebel voice. Grab a seat, pour a drink, let's make some sense. Or none at all, it just depends. Sense and senseless.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Sense and Senseless. I'm Brian.
And I am the dumb one, Jason.
He's Jason. It's Saturday, April 4th. I guess we call this Easter Eve 2023. Easter Eve. All right. Tonight we're diving head first into the messy state of the Iran war. Why are we ordering bunkers? And the question of who exactly is in Trump's ear. We're also going to talk about the biggest headaches facing the Trump administration right now, including some very shaking polling numbers and midterm pressure that's starting to show. We also have new developments in ballistic report on the bullet that killed Charlie Kirk, plus some very uncomfortable questions that just won't go away. On top of that, Trump just dropped his own news app. I don't know if you've seen that. He got his own app now. We got a wild
I
woman
bet
making
you
a
it's
dance.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's the
Beautiful.
most. It's the most prettiest. It's the most beautiful. Beautiful. It's the best app ever. Best. It's the bestest app. There's never been a better one.
It had more downloads in the first few minutes than any other app in history.
You've never seen anything like this ever in your life.
The only thing that's had more downloads is the Bible app, and I'm right underneath it.
Yeah.
They will worship me like Jesus.
And we also got a wild woman making a daring escape from a police cruiser. So just
Was that
stick
my wife?
around. Huh? It
Was
might
that
have
my
been.
wife or your wife?
Wasn't my wife. Yeah, stick around while we try to make sense of the senseless. All right, y'all, let's do this shit. First,
All
we're
right.
going to start with some current events. And I don't know if you know this or not, if you remember this, but there is a war going on in Iran. Just so we all know, right?
Yeah. I heard a F-15 got shot down.
Oh, I did hear
Thank
that.
God they found the pilot and the navigator.
Oh, so they did find the second one. I heard they were looking for the second person. I know they found the first one.
Was told by a buddy last night at group that they found the second one, and they're both back in Iraq at a hospital.
Awesome.
I don't know if I'd want to be in a hospital in Iraq.
I think I'd rather be in a hospital in Iraq than on the ground in Iran.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they both suck.
But one sucks
Why
a little
couldn't they
less.
put them on an aircraft carrier or something? I don't understand.
Because they don't care about you.
I guess.
I don't know how else to fucking say it.
His medical insurance didn't cover the aircraft carrier,
There
only
you
the
go,
hospital in Iraq.
There you go. We're going to start with this one video. I've been asking for a few weeks, and we talk about it going back and forth about Trump. And he's making some decisions that, I mean, I don't really know the guy, but based off of what you've seen in the past, it's making some decisions that are just different. So it's like, who was giving him this information? Because there's no way in hell he knows everything. He can't know everything. He depends on his cabinet and all these other people in these positions to give him this information.
Right.
So who is actually the one that's in his ear? Well, I found this guy is going to explain what might have happened by his own account. And I mean, so let's just check this guy out, and then we'll discuss it on the other side.
Okay, time to rip the Band-Aid off. While you and I were busy reading tweets about Iran, a whole different war almost kicked off. Not because Trump wanted it, but because the people inside his own house working hand in glove with Israel's deep state, tried to drag America into a fight with Iran. Now listen close, this is not conjecture or opinion, this actually happened. So any conspiracy theorists can lay their guns down right now. Who am I talking about? Susie Wiles, Trump's White House chief of staff, John Radcliffe, his CIA director. Both sworn to put America first, both caught funneling Israeli talking points straight to the Resolute desk. Wiles controlled the Oval Office gate. She decided who saw Trump and who didn't. In 2020, Netanyahu flies her to Israel to save his election. She stages MAGA-style rallies for Bibi. Fast forward to Camp David, June 8th, a critical briefing on Iran. Wiles locks out every voice that isn't Israeli-friendly. Tulsi Gabbard, gone. Anybody urging caution, gone. Only the Mossad cheer squad gets to stay inside. Then there's Ratcliffe, a Mossad stenographer, insiders say. He repeats whatever Israel intel feeds him. He tells Trump Iran will hand a nuke to the Houthis in the next week. There was no proof, zero sourcing, pure panic porn straight out of the Iraq WMD playbook. And then General Kirillo, CENTCOM boss, dubbed Israeli's favorite general. He jets to Tel Aviv, syncs playbooks, returns to Washington, and pushes the same script. Iran is hours from a bomb. We have to strike. That's a triangle. Wiles, Radcliffe, Carrillo. Cuts every break line on Trump's decision tree. And AIPAC, they're bragging in private that they've cultivated Radcliffe since his backbench days. Translation, Israeli's lobby owns the U.S. spy chief. And the result, June 13th, Trump greenlighted a limited strike on Iran's nuclear site at Fordo. He thinks it's a one-and-done headline, maybe even Nobel Prize material. Except it isn't. Iran moved its enriched uranium 2 days before the strike. Somebody tipped them. Fordo survives. Iran's centrifuge spin again soon after. Israel screams for round two, and Trump, who ran on no more stupid wars, finds himself exactly one misstep from a regional inferno. Who tried to slam the brakes? Well, it was Steve Bannon. Yes, the same Bannon the media loves to hate. He races to Trump and says, hey, sir, this is Israelis' war, not America. Pull back. And he reminds Trump, America first. It dies the moment U.S. troops bleed for Tel Aviv. But Bannon is out. Wiles is in. Ratcliffe is whispering Mossad numbers. And mega donor Miriam Adelson, Netanyahu's best friend, is dangling campaign millions. That, my friends, is how foreign policy really works these days. Money, access, and gatekeepers. Fast forward to now. The Middle East is more volatile than ever. Israel's economy is tanking. U.S. credibility teetering, if not already tipped. The America First base is upset, calling this an Israeli coup inside Trump's own White House. So ask yourself, how sovereign is our republic when a foreign intelligence service can ghostwrite CIA briefs to shape the Pentagon's target list and handpick who sits next to the president? And where was Congress? Where were the watchdogs? They were too busy cashing AIPAC checks to notice the fuse burning. Look, blame Iran for plenty. Blame Trump for trusting the wrong people. Blame Netanyahu for playing puppet master. Fine, but the core truth is brutal. America nearly launched a full-scale war because two top advisors cared more about Tel Aviv than America. Two people sworn to back our president to protect the country. They should be gone right now. The next time the president says, trust my team, remember Susie Wiles, remember John Radcliffe. And remember how close we came to lighting the Persian Gulf on fire so another politician in Jerusalem could cling to power. No more secret gatekeepers. No more Mossad stenographers. No more wars that aren't ours. America first means America decides, period. And one last thing. If you've been following the pattern, you've seen the fractals, the same blueprint, different wars, different regions, same manipulation, Iraq, Syria, Libya, now Iran. Every time it's the same script. The signal is this: whenever a nation starts thinking for itself, questioning the agenda, or choosing peace, suddenly that nation becomes the enemy. Suddenly, there's a threat that needs to be handled. And if you say otherwise, you're labeled unpatriotic, a traitor, or worse. But don't get distracted by the noise. Watch the pattern. Follow the fractal. Be the signal. Because the game doesn't change until we stop playing by their rules.
So what you think? All right. This like the normal administration chaos? I mean, is this how all administrations work, or is it just something just feel off?
I don't know, man. I've heard rumors that some people think that he's had some mental issues or whatever. Not saying mentally ill, just like some dementia or, I mean, he's getting up there in age.
Okay, let's pull that thread then. Let's not say dementia. What if I just thought? I mean, what if the pressure gets to him?
Yeah. The stress and all that. Wonder if
Yeah.
that's jacking with his mind. I don't know. Because, I mean, I just don't feel like this was it's almost like Biden. I didn't believe the President Biden was the vice president for Obama. it was like 2 different people. Like,
Yeah,
even the looks and all I know there was 4 years in between, but that dude was, like didn't look that old, and then when he was president, he was like, "Holy cow, this dude, like, aged, like, 20 years."
I would say though,
Trump's
especially
not acting like he was before. Does that
how
make
old is
sense?
yeah, how old is he? Is he around
Trump?
almost 80, huh? Like what,
Yeah,
78 or something like that?
yeah, he's getting up there. I'll Google it.
Because I mean, we keep comparing him back to 2016, and again, I'm not trying to say anything medically wrong with Trump either, but whenever you're 60 and whenever you're 80, that's a big jump. 20 years makes a big difference, you know.
Yeah,
And
he's
I mean,
79.
he's 79. So when he came started running 2016, so that was 10 years ago. So he was
Yeah,
69.
Biden's 83, dude.
So yeah, I mean you could make a big change in 10 years. You know,
Yeah.
10. I mean, that's possible. I'm not saying it's not. I maybe you more influenced as you get older,
I
maybe it's just a lot of pressure, and he's leaning more on his team. But I would assume there's a lot more people in the staff that he's getting information from them. I don't know, might be getting a little screwed to direction that the staff wants more than what good for the country. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not possible at all, you know?
yeah, it's kinda like it reminds me of, the COVID issue with him. I thought he was handling everything really well, and I was pleased with most of his stuff. Now, yeah, he talked a lot, and I always was like, "Man, just shut up and do your thing, dude. Your actions are well proving your worth. Just shut up." Everybody knows anything, knows the media's lying. We already knew that. But then when the COVID thing hit, it's like he was like, "Oh, shoot, what do I?" Because COVID had nothing to do with business, and next thing you know, he's got Fauci and then that older female doctor giving him advice, and then who ends up being the bad dude out of all this? That ends up being the snake, Fauci,
Yeah.
and Trump had him on his
Lord Fauci.
Lord Fauci. So
But
what
how
did that
okay,
make Trump look? Yeah, but that made Trump look like he was easily played. It's
but
like he would
in his defense though, and I'm not trying to defend Trump based off of because I support him. I mean, but just in his defense, he doesn't know anything about medicine. They're
no.
suggesting that this guy's, he's when you look at him on paper, I mean, he is pretty much next to God on the shit that he's trying to do. He's trying to
Yes.
be God. So you're probably looking at it on paper and like, yeah, this guy's really good. This is who we need there. Not to say that he's not a fucking piece of shit, you know?
Oh, you're talking about Fauci?
Fauci, yeah. I mean, I'm talking about
I
Fauci
just
because
yeah,
you don't know who I mean, at his position, at your position and your job, you
yeah.
can't know what everyone that works for you, what kind of personality they have. All you're doing is accepting the fact that they're doing their job. You're hoping they're doing their job to the best of their ability, right? Now,
But I learned real quick who I can trust and who I can't though, Brian. I learned my go-to guys and then my guys that just show up and do stuff.
okay, right, I get that, and I'm the same way with my guys.
Okay,
Now
but it's like
but
Trump
now
had
you the CEO of the company, what are those guys doing? What are your guys doing if you're the CEO of the company?
well, I'm not gonna know that
You're
because
not
I'm
gonna know
gonna
that.
right. But
So
still, you still got that you still got that thing where it's oops, sorry about that. Dong. But anyways, he's still got his cabinet, man.
well, that's what I was about to get to. So if you go
Why is
higher
he
and higher
letting that woman kick people out? Like she like gets to dictate who's in there and who ain't. I'd be like, no, I
well,
want more
again,
people in here.
it I guess my whole point is whenever you get to that level, I don't know how many people we got in this cabinet, but whenever you look at the cabinet and that big ass table they sitting at, there's probably what 20 people, 15 people, whatever it is. So now you have to try to understand what each one of them are doing. And then they
Uh-huh.
have, 30 or 50 people under them. And then they have,
Yes,
and how it goes
yes,
down, right? Now,
but
Susie Wiles was his campaign director and he really trusted her. I don't know how or why. Whatever, they had a great relationship and she done a lot of things in protecting him. and
Well,
she
look
put the
like
right
Charlie
people in
Kirk
front of her.
trusted Erica Kirk too, right? But
Yeah,
what
so
we've
that's what
kinda
I'm getting
seen
at.
is basically that she was hired as a handler.
Yeah, so I don't
Is
I
Susie
can't s
Wiles was Susie Wiles a handler for Trump? That you think that was set up? Pull the string on that, Brian.
I mean, that's possible, and who's to say that Susie Wiles, let's just say that this is all true, what this guy
Mhm.
said. We assuming this what this guy says is true. Let's just assume that.
Right.
Who's to say that Susie Wiles was a great person and supported Trump and still supports Trump and does a great job, right? But in this term or in this last year, whatever it is, somebody got a hold to her and put her in a position that says, "Hey, look, you actually work for us, and you're gonna do this for us." You know what I'm getting at? There's so much shady shit. Remember how we always say they got the puppet master pulling the strings?
Mhm.
If you can't pull the strings of the guy that's in charge, you pull the strings of the people that's actually making, the schedules for him, the one that's putting everything up for him. You see what I'm getting at? Now you
Yeah.
getting what you need done. So that's quite possible too,
Right.
you know. No, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that. I just wanted to bring that up because I really think there's something up with that. Because whether it's age, whether it's somebody in his ear, whether something's different, and I think everybody notices that.
The smell test ain't passing.
Yeah. And now him and his team, I mean, you can tell that they seem worried about the overall polls. His overall approval rating right now is hovering in the mid to high 30s, and his approval of handling the economy and Iran war is even lower. And what's funny is the Democrats aren't doing any damn better. Both parties are sitting at historically weak favorability numbers around 36 to 39%. A record number of voters, about 45%, now call themselves independents. That's what I'm talking about.
God.
And I'm not married to any single poll. Okay. So what I was looking at a bunch of different polls, and that's how I pulled these numbers out. And I look at the polls like you ever watch the hurricane spaghetti model?
No, I've never
So
heard of
when a
that before.
hurricane's coming up on the coast, they got a spaghetti model, and the spaghetti model just got just lines going everywhere. And then they got a cone of uncertainty. And
Right.
then you have the center where they think it's going to go.
Mhm.
So when you're looking at the polls, you look at the spaghetti model and you're taking the average of it. And where's that average at? And that's where I feel you get the best information. You
Mhm.
don't just take it, right? So that's what I did with this. And the whole point is the midterms are coming, and both parties, their support is just dropping off. And I
Right.
love it because they're shut. People are saying, look, we don't have to be a binary choice. Somebody's got to earn our vote.
Mhm.
We're just not voting because you're a Republican and I'm registered a Republican. No, we're not doing that. I don't like what you're doing. I'm not voting for you. And I think that's great, you know.
Mhm.
But I think also with the midterms coming up, I think the politics are driving some of the decisions that's going on more now than the strategy. And that's scary. And I'm sure that's going on a lot, in time. The problem is I've never noticed it. So it never really bothered me before.
Mhm.
And I ran across this quote this week. It's Carl von Clausewitz. He said, "War is a continuation of politics by other means. War isn't some isolated fight. It's politics with violence." And it's like,
Mhm.
that hits different when you realize, that when you understand, I'm not going to say I understand politics, but when you actually see politics and you see how this actually goes into war, you know, yes. So we couldn't agree on something, politically. So you know what? Let's fight about it.
Mhm.
That's basically it's a temper tantrum.
Right.
That's what it is. War is a temper tantrum, basically.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah, his poll numbers, his job approval overall is 37%, but the Republicans have him at 83%. The job
Mhm.
approval. Democrats at 3%, and independents have his overall job approval at 28%. So the diehard MAGA group is the ones that's going to keep him. But it's and the same thing with handling the Iran situation. His overall approval ratings 38%. The Republicans back him at 84%. Democrats back him at 5%, what very surprising, and then independents 29%. So with all these numbers going the opposite direction and the midterms are coming up, maybe our politicians are starting to think that this war isn't as important as the midterms.
Hmm.
Y- and are they going to be that ruthlessly honest and really, admit I can't say that they're going to admit, but really show that the lives of our military men and women are part of a political game. So we just pull out because midterms coming up. This didn't play out the way we wanted. Sorry, we're gonna. You think they're really gonna do that?
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, you
I
think
mean,
it's possible? I mean, it
yeah,
just
it's always possible, man. Whatever it takes to win the vote. These dudes they eat their own kids.
you're right.
I mean, I'm not lying. I mean,
I,
tell me I'm
so
lying.
you're not. I mean, so you
Call
really
me a
think that
liar, Brian. Call me a liar.
they would they would just say, "Hey, look, we done with Iran. We completed everything we are going to do with Iran. Just pull back, just so they can win the midterms." When they've been selling to us that Iran has to be totally destroyed and we can't leave there.
Yeah.
Eh, well, I believe that, and the reason I believe that is because there's all this talk about when the Democrats get in office, and there's a good chance they will take over, you know, uh, the Senate and the House from the polls. I forgot what I think it's called Poly Market,
Mhm.
and you can bet just about anything on Poly Market. When you look at Poly Market based on the bet
Right.
that the Democrats would more likely take the House and the Senate.
Both. Damn.
Yes, and they all say that as soon as they take that shit, they're going to impeach Trump. Let's check this out. This is Trump back in January 6th, talking about impeachment.
But you got to win the midterms, because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things.
They're meaner,
They're meaner.
but I mean, it's a good chance that they're going to impeach him. He knows that. And so
They're gonna
he
impeach
knows his
me.
poll numbers are going down. He knows his poll numbers are shit with Iran. His poll numbers are shit with, his overall poll numbers are shit.
Well, if AIPAC controls the vote, maybe we won't.
Maybe, but APAC don't control the people. That's the problem. Is unless they rigged the votes on all
Yeah,
of this. I mean,
they could.
and his whack job Al Green, he done went ahead and filed a motion for impeachment this week. And I really think
He's
that
such an idiot, dude.
he is an idiot. This nutcase, man, I
Who's
think the
voting
left
this
just
idiot in?
he's the useful idiot for the left. I honestly he I, I don't this has nothing to do with political affiliation. All right. This doesn't. But this dude's a fucking idiot. I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but he reminds me of like a I don't know, 50, 60-year-old man that's at the WWF fucking rally with his sign up, protesting the fucking wrestlers. That's what he reminds me of, the mentality of someone like that.
Mhm.
And yes, he's going to impeach, he filed the motion to impeach Trump this week. So take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean that his motion does not hold weight. Having said that, I don't think you have the sanest person following the motion. I think if you had a more prominent Democrat following the motion, I would feel a little more something about it. But this right here is, to me, this is more of symbolic than anything. And so the Democrats will impeach Trump and his cabinet, and that is no secret. But did you receive the response to the possible impeachment from the crowd at CPAC? You know what CPAC is, right?
Uh,
It's basically, how we talked about all the PACs. It's a
yeah.
Republican PAC. All
Okay.
right. And they had their CPAC fucking convention or whatever. And this they get out in front of them and they talk about impeachments coming up. And listen to these fucking idiots.
How many of you would like to see impeachment hearings? No. That was the wrong answer. Let me try it again. How many of you would like to see impeachment hearings? No. Can someone bring some coffee out for the people in seat back?
They don't even know what the hell they're following, dude.
Fucking
Jeez.
sheep, man.
Can you not put the applause or the boo sign up?
That's what I was thinking. Maybe they had the applause sign up. Oh shit, put the wrong one up.
Jeez. Phew.
Yeah. Impeach him. Or they really hate this fuck.
Dude, it sounds like The Simpsons, like an episode of The Simpsons right there, man.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, man. And think about it. That's got to be a hardcore fucking political following to be there. You know, I follow politics. I'm not going to the CPAC. I'm not going to any of that shit. You know, I just don't see myself. I don't enjoy it that much. And these people are hardcore, right? Yeah, we want to see impeachment. That to me, that's just sheep. The first person wooed and the other one's wooed with them.
Yep. It's messed up, man. That's some dumb shit.
And I've seen this, and I tell you this story before. When I was at the Trump rally at the NRA convention in Dallas a few years back, Trump was late to the thing. And of course, I mean, he's going to be late, but I mean, he was hours late. And so we were sitting there for a while, and the guy behind me was just aggravating the fuck out of me. He just yapping and yapping and yapping. And then they come on stage for the umpteenth time saying that Trump's going to be late. And a guy way in the back fucking booed. And the guy yapping behind me fucking caught an attitude and started, just yelling about this guy over there booing. So that sparked me to fucking, I had to say something. And I'm like, why that guy can't boo? He's like, Trump's coming here. He's doing this shit for free. I was like, that don't mean shit. Why that guy can't boo? Trump was supposed to be here 3 hours ago. He's not here. He was playing golf with Tony Romo. That's why he ain't here. And he's not allowed to show his, express his opinion. And the guy's like, well, you don't understand what Trump's doing. I don't give a fuck what you saying. I really don't. At this point, this man was running for president. He needs your vote. He wants your vote. He should be doing what's right by you. You shouldn't be sucking his dick. I bet you would even suck his dick on stage. That's how bad some of these people are. And it's not that I didn't support Trump. I mean, I was there all day to see Trump.
Right.
But at the same time, he works for you. Yeah. Quit fucking God, people. He's not God.
No.
And that looking back and seeing how security and all works, I don't know how I didn't get kicked out.
Well, looking back how security works, so was the guy that shot at him. How do you not get kicked out of there? I mean, he left the body bag, but how did he get in there? So
well, Jennifer couldn't even bring her cigarette lighter in there. Yeah, that's why we don't understand how the dude got in there with a gun, because the shooting was after we seen Trump. And Jennifer had, a cigarette lighter and said, sorry, you can't take it in. And we're like, all right, well, we lost the cigarette lighter. This motherfucker gets in there with
shots fired, just not fire. Like,
yeah.
He's not scared of guns. He's scared of fire. So we can't let you bring the cigarette lighter in. But if you had an AR or whatever, bring it on in. Come on.
Yeah. Or rangefinder or binoculars.
Yeah. That's 30-06. Come on.
We're good with all that. Yeah. And then there was the No Kings protest last weekend. I didn't know that, but
jeez, dude.
Sorry, I didn't get the memo.
I want to know where people are getting all this free time, man. I don't even feel like I get a weekend off.
They did this on the weekend, man. You can't bitch about it. They did it on the weekend.
I don't even feel like I get one. Where are they getting this free time, Brian?
Well, they're probably getting paid to be there.
Now, probably.
And I'm not gonna lie, if they paid me a few $100 to go.
Call my phone. Yeah, I know, I would too. Like, ain't nobody calling my phone.
I might sit out there with fuck Trump, fuck. you know, money's. I'm not gonna say I do anything for money, but I mean, it seems like these people are making pretty good money.
I
I'm not. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not going.
listeners, but yeah, I bet you do some stuff for some money. Depends on how much.
$20.
$20, yeah. I mean,
But you
he
know
been
what I'm saying?
when
Yeah,
we've been in a pickle before, we
think about it. Well, you would be if they offered you $1,000 to go walk down the street with a sign for 4 hours. Would you not do it?
what's the math
That's
on
two hundred
that per
fifty
hour?
dollars an hour.
Yeah, I guess I would. I
Yeah,
would. But nobody's offered me that, Brian. I guess I'm
nobody's.
just upset and jealous.
Yeah, I am too. I need to figure out where to sign up.
Even
Yeah,
though some life insurance thing that I got through work, guess what? Homeboy got $100 check and two $75 checks for keeping my family well because I
for
don't let him
staying
go to the
alive.
doctor. Yeah,
Oh, for not going to the doctor.
I don't know. It's not a hoax. I get checks in the mail every once in a while from this insurance thing I'm signed up with. I'll take them,
Special
dude. That's
checks.
250. That's $250.
They just feel sorry for you. That's some special checks.
That's because I'm dumb. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take them checks too. I
You
ain't
going
too proud to beg. No.
beg? You
I
I'm
saw a
gonna make
video
people mad if I get in here with a helmet on. So
earlier this week. I seen a video from the No Kings protest, and they were on the beach somewhere in California, and they spelled out "Trump must go." Yeah, I mean, there was a fuck ton of people on this beach, and it looked like a marching band. You know how a marching band
yeah,
would go out and spell shit out,
yeah.
and, and I don't know if it was real or AI. From everything I gathered, it was real. Could have been fake. Yeah, I don't know. But when's the last time you seen a group of Republicans or MAGA people get so mad at any politician to where we went out and got on the beach or in the middle of the street and painted something on the beach? And
Jeez.
you have to organize that shit. That amount of people to spell something out. It has to be
That's
done aerial. You just
dude. They have no bounds, man. There is. Excuse me. There's nothing these fools won't do.
no, but
They
they're
won't.
well,
We're not doing this stuff.
well, Trump even says that they stick to their guns. They stick to each other. They
Yeah,
like
they'll loyal.
yeah, when they vote loyalty, and it's loyal to their party. It's not loyal to their people. You can't make me to believe their people. All their people that vote for them want exactly what the hell they're voting for.
I'm telling you, Democrats can say they're going to kill your kids, and people would still vote for them and say, sorry, little Johnny and little Sally, but mom and dad's got to vote a certain way. So let's go to the funeral home and make your. I mean, they would continue voting for them.
Oh,
We're gonna come grab your kid and take him to Epstein Island, and you'd be like, okay, here you go.
well, would that excuse me? Would that be much different than Baal or Moloch worship?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I mean, the way you put it, yeah. So yeah, they don't like Trump. I mean, that's just and that could have been they could have bust all them people into one beach. I don't
I
know.
seen a meme, speaking of hating Trump and a beach. It was Trump out in the water saving a kid from a shark, and people on the beach protesting that Trump caused the shark to go hungry. He's starving the sharks. Even though he saved a kid from the shark, he's starving the sharks.
Well, of course he did.
Yeah. They can't. They just can't. I
Today I
don't
was
care who it is. They can't stand that dude, which means who would you say would be the next guy that would run?
for
JD?
what? For the Republican side,
Yeah.
I would think it'd be JD or Marco Rubio.
Yeah. I seen Stephen A. Smith say that he really likes Mark Rubio. I seen an interview with him, and he said that he would vote for him.
I don't know, and I'm still stuck on the
But
Iran thing. with
Oh,
him
yeah,
talking
because he's
about
kinda backing
Israel.
that up too. Well, you're not hearing much from JD on it, but still, if you got a career politician to become the Republican president, you think the people would hate him just as much, or is it just a Trump thing?
I think Trump has his own thing, but I think from here going forward, especially because JD, especially JD or Marco Rubio, they have Trump's stamp.
Mhm.
So they're going to still look at him in the light of Trump. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
so
I
just
think
take
they would
somebody that don't have his stamp. You think people would still
they would find a reason to not like him, but I don't think they
yeah,
would hate him as much as Trump.
that's what I'm getting at. I mean, it's like, did I care for Biden getting it? We talked about that. It had nothing to do with Biden. It had to do with his mentality. I
But
mean, you could tell he wasn't in his mind wasn't there. And we want this running our government. I mean, he's incompetent.
Well, what gets the coverage is it's the drama, and Democrats can make drama, whether they paying for the drama or whatnot, but they can bring real American people to cause drama. When you look at
Right.
the protest, and when you look at, I mean, just what they did with the No Kings protest a couple weekends ago. I'm not even say it was bad protest, good protest, whatever it is. They brought the optics out there to show that there's a whole bunch of people that don't like Trump.
Yeah.
The No Kings. And when people see that on television, especially, people that aren't in any political circle or don't watch any politics, they see that and like, man, that's a lot of people that don't like Trump. What the hell's going on? So that would convince me, why would I support Trump? That's a pretty bold statement to go out there and do something in that magnitude on a beach. If it's real, to do
Mhm.
something that magnitude on a beach against your president.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother level of hate because there's some coordination in that. You can't you can't get 100 people to walk through the same door even when you got, you just go through this door, everybody's gonna still pull the other door. I mean, that's how
But
bad we are.
the other thing, it's sad though, because I mean, hey, listen, I'm all about people free opinion and all that. We are, but at the same time, the extremes people go through to try to force their opinion on you is crazy. You know, other countries got to be looking at us and laughing and like, look at these idiots. I mean, we used to be a powerful nation that everybody wanted to come here, not just not let in to rock the vote a certain way,
Or,
like
or
with
the,
them
the
flooding,
freeload.
yeah, or come over here and take all our money or whatever, or these Hajis taking all our gas stations. I'm talking just people just wanted to come here for a better life and be part of this and all that. Now we're a joke, dude. We are.
Well, we got to a point where we wasn't building anything anymore. When we were building a country and people
We're
assimilate and
building
coming
people
here.
that don't know what gender they are, Brian, and
Yeah,
think they're cats and dogs and
that's how great we have it. What do you think about the economy right now?
that it's horrible. I mean,
Okay.
we went to Walmart. Can I say something real quick
Yeah,
about
yeah, say
food?
whatever you want, yeah.
So we went to Wal you went grocery shopping today too. Well, we
Yep.
went to Walmart after that youth thing, and I got a bag of tiger shrimp, the great value. They're big shrimp, but it's a pound. A pound is a pound. You just don't get as many. I got some of those potato gnocchis. They're like a pasta, but it's made out of potato and not flour and whatever. And then half and half. I could tell you it was little stuff, nothing real big,
Was it
fancy.
enough to make a meal?
One meal, she bought a bag of salad. We bought a block of Kerrygold butter. That stuff's expensive too, but it's really good. And what else? Something small. A couple dog toys for the dogs. It was $107.
And so, yeah, I agree. Everything's expensive as fuck.
Like last year, it was like that would have been like 50 or $60. It was still high last year, but it's really gone up now. It's ridiculous, dude.
So, was the store empty? Or they had
No,
people in the
no,
store?
people are still there. It's Walmart up there
Well,
where I live. Yeah.
what the
What's the
point?
first of the month? It's the first of the month, dude.
I get that too, and that's my point is, so we were out today and the economy sucks. I'm looking at the gas, price, and the gas was like 3.69 where we was at, and that was pretty
Mhm,
high,
mhm,
and I'm like, "Man, this is," and there's just cars everywhere, and it's a big shopping center, and I'm looking at Jennifer, see, the economy sucks, right? But this is how rich we are as a country.
mhm,
Everybody here is buying something. There's nothing in this area that makes anything. Nothing
mhm,
in this area that makes anything. In that one area we was in, all it does is sell shit, and all those people were there to buy shit.
mhm,
But we have a bad economy.
mhm,
People don't have enough money. That's how rich we are as a country, dude. And I'm not saying that we're doing bad, but we are very rich as a country. And I think that's why other countries really don't like us. It's because we have so much value within ourselves. We have so we don't have to worry about water, running water. We don't have to worry about where our electricity's come. We don't have to worry about all these things, but we complain about everything, and we want everybody else, to think and do exactly like we do. We think we're just better than everybody. So I really believe that these countries hate us because of our arrogance. You know, and just looking at the economy and what I've seen today with people shopping, yeah, I agree with you. It's the first of the month, and I got a story about that too. We ain't gonna talk about that on
Yeah, a guy that
here,
I used to
but
work with a while back,
gosh,
God rest his soul, he passed away, but he used to call it Mother's Day. I said, "Mother's Day?" He said, "Yeah, it's the first of the month when them mamas get their checks.
man, it
They get
was.
them welfare checks." And I was like, "All right, Mother's Day."
Well, we
No
decided.
dogging on people that need it. I'm not there are people out there that need it, but I'm talking about the people that abuse it, that just ride that sucker. So,
Yeah,
generation after generation of welfare, and I'm not don't even if you wanna comment on it, that's fine. I'll talk to you about it because that's ignorant. There's a lot of places hiring. You don't need to be riding that train. Get off of it. Have some pride. But anyways, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was gonna say, but
That's all right.
we'll keep moving forward. We're gonna get to Trump's address this week. I don't know if you've seen that Wednesday, but we're gonna get that in a minute. But when I was going through all this shit, I, I found something I wanted to talk to you about. While looking all this stuff up, I was starting to wonder how much our so-called leaders actually cost us, the American taxpayer. And the reason I wanted to know this is because we always hear, why would you want that job? You only make $170,000 a year, or whatever the hell it is for a congressman and a senator, right?
Bullshit.
And no, they do. I mean, people do make that argument. Why would a millionaire or a billionaire want that job? And most of the time, people think, well, it's because they're going to be corrupt. And I'm not saying they're not going to be corrupt, but I was curious of what these motherfuckers cost us. I really was. It's like they between their flights, their meals, everything they got. What are they costing us?
mhm.
So I looked into it. And so for the sake of time and boredom, I'm not going to bore y'all with all the numbers and shit, but I'm going to give you a short rundown. So per person, and this is as this year, 2026, one house member, each house member cost us about $2.15 million a year. And there's 435 house members. So their
Mhm,
main expense is they have 1.95 million allowance for around 15 staff members, office supplies, offices, official travel, plus salary, family health care, which is a $20,000 subsidy, and minor benefits. All right.
mhm,
So there's one senator now. So just to go back, congressman has a 2 year uh, whatever you could term, and the senator has 6 year term. So one senator is about 6.65 million a year per senator. All right. And there's 100 senators. The main expense is 6.45 million in allowance. So they got for 43 staff members. So each senator gets around 43 staff members. They have larger offices and more extensive travel. They have the same salary and benefits. So the House members, represent smaller districts, therefore they don't need as much staff and they don't have travel. But they're supposed to have mostly commercial flights. They have some private jets sometimes whenever it's cost efficient. So all 435 House members cost us roughly 935 million per year. And then all 100 senators cost us roughly 665 million per year. That's a combined total of 1.6 billion annually just for personal
Billion?
offices, billion, just for personal offices, staff, benefits, and official travel.
I had staff before. It sucked. I had a spot on my leg that got infected and got staph, but I wasn't getting billions and
Yeah, I'm not saying
millions.
that these people don't need that a staff, but I mean, do they need that many
That
people?
many?
I mean,
What the
seriously,
what the hell they doing?
they're doing the staff is doing their job of the fucking politician. The
That's
politician
what
is
I'm saying. Dude, why do you need staff I mean, you need an admin and that's it. That's it. That you
that's
just need
it.
one admin, maybe two, because if that one takes off.
Yeah, if you want somebody, let's just give you a full office. Let's give you an office of 6 people. Let's just call it that. But why do you need that mahogany desk that costs that much money? Why do you need that big ass? Have you? When
Can
I
they not
look at
get
it,
IKEA furniture?
that's what I'm saying. Have you ever been to like a municipality or any local
Yeah.
and you see their furniture? I don't know about yours, but the ones here in our area, I walk in there, I'm like, good Lord. I've spent all the money on furniture. This is ridiculous.
Oh, they got the nice stuff.
Oh yeah, the chairs they have cost more than my sectional. It's one chair. It's like, man, this thing is nice. Probably change chairs every year. I mean,
I
it's
know.
ridiculous the amount of money that we spend on all this stuff.
I know.
And in my opinion, just they don't need to travel back and forth to DC all that. Send them to
No.
DC. You spend X amount of time there. You get this amount of money, this amount done. You don't have to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's
Right.
ridiculous. Get the shit done. Stick them in an apartment complex or base housing. You stay there.
Mhm.
We're gonna. The amount of money you spend, and it can be done so much more efficiently. It doesn't have to be this. Well, we
Yep.
spend 1.6 billion a year, for these people to operate. That
Right.
is ridiculous. And to not get a fucking budget passed.
I know.
That's what we spent.
It's crazy, man. Okay. I'm not going to comment much on that. It just, dude, it's theft, man. It's fraud and abuse.
And their staff is more than likely like their uncle's son or something, or it's something dumb like that. They bring in somebody in, so they keep this inner circle, and they probably got so many people in their staff, so they can keep rotating these. They probably got 2 or 3 strong son of a bitches that work in every thing, like in every staff, and these
Mhm.
guys are gals are just fucking bulls. They get shit done, and they get
Mhm.
paid the most probably. And then the other ones, just slackers, just get the job done.
Yeah, and then when like somewhere like Doge goes in there and starts cutting shit, then they're like, "Oh, they cut all these jobs, man. They didn't need to have those jobs." I mean, if a business, if you ran a business like that, it would go under really quick, would it not?
Oh yeah. I
But the problem is we keep funding the government. Why can we not shut this business down?
I don't know. I was looking. I had the numbers, and I don't have it on here. But like your highest paid staffer still made more than what the senator or the congressman made. You could pay your highest paid staffer. They capped it, but it was like 200 something $1,000, which was still more than they got paid. Uh, man, I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, but we know what these cats make, dude. I mean, there's
It,
not Ted Cruz. All these cats make over $1 million a year because they're getting kickbacks from stuff,
oh yeah, well,
insider trading, all that. Let's just call it what it is. They're a bunch of crooks, man. They all are.
you get if somebody gave you a staff like that, what could you do? Just think about how
Oh,
much time you would get freed up, how much information you can get. Somebody, oh, look, I need you to look into this. You look into this. You look into this. Give me all this information. All right, we're all gonna sit down and explain it to me. Okay, now I know all that. That's
right.
what I'm saying. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna look like the smart dude, and it's all these people around me that are making me look good.
That's it. That's what pisses me off when I watch like the Senate hearings and then they
Mhm,
got all these kids behind them. I say kids
mhm.
because they're just younger than us now, but all these young women and men and women behind them. And I'm sure they're highly intelligent, but they're constantly getting, their staff to give them the answers. It's like,
Right.
no, fuck that. We didn't hire, we didn't elect your staff. I'm
Yeah,
glad that you have somebody smart, but
right.
what are you bringing to the table? I mean, you said you were going to do all this. You didn't say that Susie behind you was going to give you all your answers.
Yeah, Susie's giving all the answers, and get the hell out of the way. We're gonna
Yeah,
put Susie in that seat and
exactly.
cut your damn pay.
Get rid of you. Get rid of your staff.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like digging into that shit. Not
You need to
because,
put the shovel down sometimes, because you be pissing me off, dude.
but did you ever think about that? People always
No,
say,
I don't.
"Man, they don't make no money." Well, they don't have to make money. I mean, all the fringe benefits they get, I mean, are nice.
Hey, we got an admin up in our, not the region, but the area. I'm not gonna call the office out, but it's in a bigger town in Kentucky, towards the middle of Kentucky, so people can put that together. But she's worth every dime that she's probably underpaid. That woman does everything for us. She's worth it. But there's only one of her. Now there's another one on the other side because our state split up, right? And our work thing. So you got an eastern and a western side, but I'm telling you, the one on our side, she's a hoss, and she takes care of everything. And she is so good, very good. She deserves every dime she gets. But we don't have like we have trimmed so much fat out of our area. You know what
But
I'm saying?
you have to make a profit.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to make a profit when you're overloaded like that, but the government is so wasteful. It's a failing company that never bankrupts. Put it
That's
put
that's a great fucking way to put it. Great way to put it.
yeah. It's got like infinite. It's like being the child of the Rothschild or something. It's like
Yeah,
being one of the
yeah,
your money
a
never run your
completely fucked up.
yeah, your money never runs out, and you can just keep making stupid mistakes
Oh,
and doing stupid crap, and it just keeps coming, and nobody does nothing about it. That is, wrap your heads around that, people, when you're voting these idiots in there. That's why term limits need to be there. That's why we need to start having say. Like, if you get a candidate up there and they're like, well, this is what, no, I don't want to hear that. What are you going to do to clean that crap up there? How about you push to get all these staff members let go? You shouldn't have more than, like you said, more than 6 people, 10 at the most.
well,
I wouldn't even say 10. I'd say 6 is probably pushing.
why we don't have KPIs with the government? Why they ain't got to meet
What,
KPI?
okay, you threw an acronym
Oh,
out
so
there.
we have to meet KPIs. Do you have, just to make it to the simplest terms? Do you have to have a scorecard? You have to have like,
Yeah,
all right. So
yeah, yeah.
that's your KPI. So why we don't have a scorecard basically on the government and say, all right, so this is going to be our KPIs. You have to meet X, you have to meet this one, you have to meet this one, you
Mhm.
have to meet this one. And then we can look at it and see where you was at. And then that goes up on your next election.
Yeah.
This is where they sat on all their KPIs. It's very easy to fucking it'd be very easy to do. You know what? Somebody probably can do it on the internet just based off the information that's on the internet
Well,
and just I might look
the
into that.
problem is, Brian, if we did it, if somebody actually did it that wasn't in there, like working the system,
Mhm.
they would make it up.
No, what I'm getting at is, let's just say how you voted, what
Right.
just all your little things on what you did to make the country better. Not just kick the can down the road, but actually did something. So
Right.
what did we want to move? Where did it go? if we wanted to get to this point by the end of those 4 years, how close are we to that achievement? And if we haven't made it to that achievement, why? Who's at fault? I mean, I think there's a lot of things that you could probably find that's just public knowledge that you could easily grade these people on that we just don't do. And it would be very interesting to see something like that put together. I'm not smart enough to put something like that together, but I'm going to look to see if somebody put something like that together because that'd be very
Well,
interesting to look at.
here's the deal. We vote these idiots in, they get in there, and then there's no accountability.
Exactly.
And then the problem is there's nobody running against them that like I told you with like Mitch McConnell. That I seen her name on the ballot again that's coming up soon, Amy McGrath. She was a former Marine, but dude, she's a idiot. I mean, her interviews, her uh commercials. I mean, she's a flaming idiot. I mean, I am sorry, woman. I know you wore the uniform. She was an officer. I think she was a pilot or something, but I don't I don't respect your military background. I really don't, because you're an idiot. And they don't put nobody up there to compete with. That's why that idiot keeps getting in there. That's why Mitch McConnell will probably die in that thing.
I think he's retiring now, though.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But damn, man, that dude's got to be pushing 200. Shit,
He's pretty old.
got me cussing already. There goes the deacon, right? Let's see. Mitch McConnell's age. 84 years old, dude.
Well, fuck, he got another 60.
No, it was like the episode that you had where it was showing that there was like multiple people that have died.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They
It
just
is
don't get
ridiculous.
out of it.
Well,
Like
I don't blame
I'm
him.
looking forward to retiring if I can.
I
They
agree with
don't.
you, but
They don't.
that's why it's got to be good. If it was bad and your feet were being held to the fire,
They
you would not.
retire.
They would retire. They wouldn't stay in there so long. You
No.
know, if you had to do something, they wouldn't stay in there so long. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you have to grind every day, eventually you're gonna be like, "Fuck." That's why I don't understand
Well,
how Trump's still doing it.
Brian, the 3 reasons why I would not retire. I either love my job that much, and it would be sitting at home doing nothing or whatever else I could do around the house. I'm broke as hell and can't retire. You know what I'm saying? Or
That's
my
gonna be me.
or my home life is that bad that I'd rather be at work than I would be at home.
Well, I say the third is probably a lot of men, but the second is definitely going to be mine.
Yeah.
I just ain't got no money to retire.
Well, the way Amazon shows up to my house, same here. I mean, you'll find me in my office. Like,
Please join us in continuing the conversation in part 2.
This is the Sense and Senseless Podcast.